Hi there, my name's Matthew Harfman, and you're listening to my good friend Walter from the iWalter Show.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird brain, it's a plane, it's iWalter. Yes, it's iWalter, strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. iWalter, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend ears with his annoying voice, and who disguised as Walter Interranti, mild-mannered janitor for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, nonsense, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of iWalter.
All right. Hey, it's iWalter, or I should just say Walter, whatever. It is Friday night, 26th of August, and I actually have a man on the street. And somebody is doing an intro for my show now, a friend of mine named Matt Harfman, and I have him here. I'm just going to ask him, I guess, or maybe let him do some talking on some stuff. You know, he's a big comic book geek. He actually knows more than I do, especially on Harley Quinn or Harley Quintel or whatever, how you say it, which he's not going to see it, but maybe I'll ask him stuff like that. Star Wars fan, too, and some other things. So I'm going to try to see what Matt has to say about certain things. And a big Stern fan, by the way, folks. He's a big Howard Stern fan, too, which I gave up years ago. I jumped ship when he went way before Sirius came on. So here we go. This is Matt Harfman. We're going to ask him some questions.
Great to be here, Walter. How are you?
Not too bad, Matt. So I guess one of my questions, you're holding out because you said some friends had suggested you should hold out on the Suicide Squad. And you're not a big Batman versus Superman fan either, I've understood.
I was really disappointed in that movie. It got my hopes up, and after seeing the ones with the Heath Ledger type movies, I thought it'd be just as dark, but it was not.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different taste. I mean, you're not a Ben Affleck fan, I guess, is what I'm gathering, and probably even the guy who plays Superman.
I think Ben Affleck did a pretty good job, but it just wasn't that darkness that the previous Batman movies had.
Yeah, well, that obviously is missing. His gizmos, whatever, seemed like a little bit more useful, I guess, in my opinion, especially the voice flanger.
I did like the Batmobile. I thought that was pretty cool looking.
The Batmobile, yeah, that was definitely, I would say that was really cool. I personally like Ben Affleck because I think Ben Affleck actually did probably a little bit of, an older man type as opposed to being a younger person playing that part.
Yeah, well, that was true. I guess you saw more grays on him now with this Batman than you did with the previous one.
Yeah, actually. And I just didn't like that goofy I don't want to say goofy. That's a horrible thing to say, but
Don't worry, talk like this.
Yeah, that just didn't do it for me personally. I thought that, at least they kind of explained that a little bit better, in my opinion, so.
Yeah, I think they overdid that a little bit, but then I saw the previews for Justice League, and he's still doing that same type of voice.
Yeah, but, I mean, the one Ben Affleck does is actually, it's justified. I mean, why that voice is that way.
Mostly.
You don't like it, obviously.
At certain times, yes, but not every minute. I mean, even when he's Bruce Wayne, he would do that when he was talking to Clark Kent.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big Ben Affleck fan. I know he's a great producer, but I just don't like his acting per se. But I thought in this he actually did an excellent job.
I thought he did pretty good in Daredevil too.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you said that because my other friend Todd actually is a big Daredevil fan, and he didn't think it was that bad either. So.
Yeah, but I mean, Daredevil, he played a good part. Even his ex-wife did, Elektra.
Yes.
She did pretty good, but I think they could have done more with the script.
Yeah, I guess I could say that. I mean, I like the TV series that's on Netflix, I believe.
You would know that. I'm not on that.
Oh, you don't have Netflix?
It's work in progress, but I will get to it eventually.
Okay, because that is actually a really good show. Don't get me wrong.
I know a few friends of mine that have it, like you, and
Punisher too.
Punisher too, but I'm still behind the times with the add-on rental type shows.
It gets a little bit steep. Now, one of my concerns are because you actually explain things in the comic book universe, especially even like Hydra, what that's all about, back with the Marvel.
Yes.
But with DC, though, Matt, you actually know a lot more about the Joker and DC comic world with Harley Quinn.
I'm a huge Batman fan. During the 90s, that Batman show that was on the WB was really, really classic. They really went to full detail for it, and it was just a well-maintained type of cartoon, and it was great that they brought in a new character like Harley, which pretty much is like a new villain, which is great for DC.
That's true. I mean, that did come out of the TV show, I understand. I mean, Harley has just made like an impact, obviously, at comic book conventions for years. But, I mean, can you explain a little bit? I mean, I understand from you, thank God, what she's all about.
I think for the popularity, I think the women could relate to her, where they could still be cute and also be wise at the same time, or sarcastic.
Yeah.
And I think it just brought in a new type of fan base for DC Comics, and I think she was like one of those type of hits.
That's true. I mean, the thing is, I kind of gather, you did explain to me before that Harley, her background, but she is pretty much a multiple personality type person.
Well, she is a psychiatrist in their daytime work.
Oh, yeah. Now, the thing is, I guess it goes back to parental problems, I assume, and some other things as well.
Well, I'm not too familiar with her child life, but anything from the cartoon series from Harley, I'm up to date on.
Well, isn't actually what they incorporated in the movie with Margaret Robbie is pretty much from the cartoon is where everything starts from, right?
Yeah, that's where Harley Quinn got started.
Yeah.
Beyond that, or before that, there was no Harley Quinn at all in Batman. At all.
Yeah, she's like the most recent villain. Now, I think you might have mentioned, because your friends also mentioned this, I know you didn't see the movie. You did see enough of the trailers from Suicide Squad. I know a lot of people aren't too impressed. But as far as the portrayal, like from paper to from TV, whatever, to screen, what do you think how they portrayed the characters? How do you think they did?
Again, I of all the highlights I saw, I really enjoyed it. I didn't see much of the Joker with Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I didn't see much of that, but I think everybody else played their part pretty damn well. I'm a big fan of Katana.
Yeah.
She did a great part there. Captain Boomerang had the personality, which he was the same guy that was in Terminator, the last one that was made.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Wow.
And he played a good part in that. And he was also in the Mad Max film, the latest one of that one, too. A small part. He was in the car with that weird guy with the face mask. That
Yeah.
He was in that, but he impressed me a lot. Killer Croc.
Yeah.
The makeup was phenomenal on that, and I heard that guy went through hell getting, going through that each day.
Now, speaking about Killer Croc, I'm sorry, but is that actor, I don't recognize because he's in so much makeup and actually CG'd. Is he a black gentleman or something like that?
Yes, he is.
Because he did an incredible job.
They did interviews of these people when they showed the faces of these.
Okay, because that one, I just can't imagine what he normally looks like. I think he did an excellent job, personally.
He did. He did a really good job.
Now, they changed the character of Deadshot, which, honestly, I didn't have a problem with. I thought that Will Smith did an incredible job. You can't tell by the previews, but he's got that quirkiness. He's from Philly, too, so what can I say?
Of course. Anybody. If you got the part, play it. And they did a pretty good job with Deadshot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They actually made him more have like a family background, like somebody who had a heart, so to speak. Because I think Deadshot's pretty much a cold-hearted killer otherwise.
Well, yeah, he's some type of assassin. If somebody tells him to do it, then he has to do his job. But yeah, I think he's somewhat of a family man, correct?
Yeah, definitely in this version. This version it is. Normally he's not.
Well, they want to show the softer side of him because he's somewhat of a leader of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Group, so they had to change the character for that purpose.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm really glad they did. I think he proved people that, hey, anybody can play the part as long as they're, a good actor.
Right.
The acting's the most important part.
True.
Yeah. So I mean, now you're holding out though. I guess you're gonna buy it, or you're just gonna rent it probably.
I'm probably gonna rent first, and then I'll decide from there. Like I said before, I have a collection called Matthew's Desert Island Collection.
Yeah.
Of movies where if I was stranded on a desert island, where I would have with me at all times. And until I see it, I cannot put it in my collection yet.
Okay. Now, what, if I may ask,
Yes.
what is your, because I kind of vaguely remember, but maybe you can refresh my memory, and audience members of all five, no, just kidding. But what is your desert collection? Because I'm sure other people have the same thing.
My desert collection is a lot of comical classics, like from Animal House to Blues Brothers, just about all the Marvel films that have come out.
Okay.
I'm still collecting. I'm almost done with the Blade series with Wesley Snipes.
I love that series.
I got 2 in Blu-ray. I'm still looking for the third one in Blu-ray, which
okay.
Which is Amazon, which was not bad. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was in that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and he was messing around with the sword then.
Yeah.
And Jessica Biel, which I think she did some archery in that movie. I love movies like that. Political science, like the Hunt for Red October. That's one of my favorite movies. Movies like that I enjoy. Then you got your classics like Steve McQueen type movies and old cowboy spaghetti westerns.
Oh,
I'm
spaghetti
your typical
western.
standard man, cave type movie type of guy.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
For sport movies, you got your slap shots and your Caddyshack.
Yes.
Like your football movies with that Burt Reynolds. What was the name of it?
I know which one you mean. I just can't think off the top of my head.
Movies like that I enjoy. Any comedy, pretty much. If it makes me laugh, it's gold. So.
Well, we pretty much are like not too far from the same age span, and the other thing is you actually grew up with, like the rest of us in this part of the '80s of being a teenager, was also Star Wars, which you have been following this.
Yes, absolutely. I had the wonderful time to buy the VHS box set for my nephews when they were kids, and they got the experience for the first time. And when I witnessed that, my childhood came back, and they were like in awe when they first saw that. And this was like back in the early '90s or mid '90s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it all started all over again, and to this day, they became Star Wars fans.
Yeah, that's just funny. You keep on getting new and more fans. The universe of Star Wars has just expanded like phenomenally. It's
Thanks
like
to Disney, of course.
Oh, thanks to Disney, which they did not do a bad job with it. I don't think.
I'm so far somewhat impressed with what they're doing. I'm looking forward to this one that's coming out in
Rogue
One in December. So that looks. I'm looking forward to some of the spin-offs of Star Wars, which are coming out. Like the one I think they're trying to make is the young Han Solo.
Yeah, I did see that. They actually picked who was it? The beer guy, whatever. I can't remember. On the Cloud City. Oh well, the guy did the commercials.
Danny Glover's son.
Yes. That actually looks pretty impressive.
The one who's supposed to play Han Solo, he was in that movie with. Oh boy, it just came out with. They're the gun smugglers.
Okay. I think I know which one you mean.
With Johanna Hill.
Okay, yeah.
And his sidekick, he's going to be playing the young Han Solo.
Well, that would be pretty interesting, actually. Now, the new Rogue One, I believe, if I'm correct, they are saying that Darth Vader, I guess, the transformation into the Dark Knight that he becomes is probably going to be in this.
Well, yeah, they showed a highlight. There was one picture frame. You see the back of Darth Vader with
the helmet on, so to speak.
And yeah, that's obvious.
Oh yeah, so this is going to be a nice in-betweener type movie until the next movie of the official Star Wars.
It's like an appetizer.
Yeah, and a very good one actually. But it seems like so.
Also,
yes.
Walter, if you, I also read that James Earl Jones, as we speak, is doing voiceovers constantly. Because they're afraid, I hate to say, but when they do the last one next, 10 years?
Yeah.
He might not be around much longer. And they're doing voiceovers. So if anybody knows what's the future of Star Wars, would be him.
Yeah.
Because he's doing voiceovers as we speak.
That's true. And James Earl Jones, just that voice is what made the first three so popular.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so... Hey, I do have I have a lot of questions. I'll keep it down, of course, because I don't like to overstay my welcome with any of my guest. But now, one thing is you're a collector of different type things from movies, I think, too.
Die-cast cars, mostly.
Yeah.
Celebrity die-cast cars.
Yeah, so that can get kind of expensive.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And it's a neat hobby. It's something a little bit that I would have never thought of doing, but it is actually a very neat, unique hobby. Do you have anything like in particular that...
Well, my goal is to try to collect every celebrity car in 1/24 scale.
Okay.
That's just mainly my main goal.
Okay. Now, 1/24 scale, is that like with your trains, you have like the N scale and...
No, 1/24 scale is like the size of your shoe.
That is fairly big.
Yes.
Like die-cast metal.
Yeah, die-cast metal, yes.
Wow.
I used to build the models, and I put a lot of effort into it, and I did pretty much of a good job. But then over the years, you have that model display, even if you try to preserve it,
Yeah.
with today's materials, the glues and stuff, it just doesn't last forever, and then you see it slowly falling apart.
Yeah.
So it's more work than it's worth.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that part's... But, I mean, right now, eventually, I think you want to put them in a case, but you're protecting them somehow, I assume.
They're all boxed up, but my goal is to get like a showcase and have them all displayed.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. I need to do that with some of the stuff I collect. Right now I don't.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. It is actually...
If you have a man cave, you got to show off those toys.
That's true. Hey, that's one thing us guys, we like to collect our toys. No matter who you are, we have our hobbies on collecting certain type of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Ooh. Sorry, folks. I'm drawing a blank right now. I usually do. I'm always very talkative and always come up with a million questions.
You're very talkative.
Yeah.
Constantly talkative, Walter.
Unfortunately, though, in some ways, some people I scare off, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Now, probably... Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes on my show I do talk. Maybe I should keep it light on politics, I guess, because...
for now, I think everybody's uptight about it. It doesn't matter what you're into. I'm trying to keep it down because...
Low-key.
Low-key, for now.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get distracted with other things because I'm getting tired of it myself on both
sides.
Yeah. On both sides, both levels.
Well, the funny thing is, it's I would think it's almost like a lot of mudslinging too. Like lately, I've been seeing just on both sides that these commercials are just very vicious on both people almost. I would think.
Oh, this is probably like the most controversial election we'll have in history.
Yeah, I mean, it's more, it's like reality TV more than an actual presidential election almost with the people running, I guess, I assume. Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be pretty cool. Actually, Matt, because you do follow, going back even, you do follow, the cartoon universe, I assume, graphic novels. Batman,
yeah.
Superheroes, I guess, as well.
And the Justice League, that was a good film, or a movie, or cartoon.
Cartoon movie,
yeah. The version now that it came out, the latest, which was about 7 years ago.
So some of these cartoons actually obviously came a long way, too, from, they're not just cartoons, they're actually a little bit more in-depth than they used to be.
A little bit more in-depth. It's more common now. It's like back in the day, back in the 50s with Superman, Clark Kent, where were you when Superman was here? Now they're stating the obvious.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Now, I know you follow a lot of this stuff, the movies, the animated series, I guess you call it, and stuff. Now, did you ever read any graphic novels, comic books in that way? Or like me, I read very little.
Actually, the way they would attract me or appeal to me is the cover itself.
That's the way I am.
Because I love the artwork, but then when I buy it for the artwork, I start reading and then I get into it.
That's true. Some of them get pretty intense. I mean, some of the...
Yes, they do. But most of the time, it's really the artwork I really love in comics.
That's the way I am, too. It is definitely the artwork. There's very few comics I did look at, but definitely artwork and I guess the character base as well. Now, are you more DC or Marvel? Because that's like a big thing fighting back and forth right now, I guess.
To be honest with you,
yeah.
I'm probably Marvel, but
really?
For DC, I'm a huge Batman fan of all.
That's, yeah.
But mostly it is Marvel because I like their plots more.
Yeah, it seems a lot of people do. Me, I grew up, like, you're not too far from my age. I mean, I grew up with Superman, Wonder Woman, when it was on TV, I mean. The Incredible Hulk, remember that back in the day?
Back in the 80s with,
yeah.
What was that guy?
Lou
Ferrigno as the Hulk, but who's the?
Is he even still alive?
No,
actually?
he died years ago.
I thought so.
He God, I think he died in the mid-'80s.
Wow.
And he was a heavy smoker, so he cancered.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Now, here's one thing I'm seeing stuff, Matt, because you also follow the social media. I don't have a problem with this, but I know I've noticed people are giving this poor young girl who's going to be playing in Spider-Man. Homecoming.
Yes.
The young girl from Disney, they're giving her a hard time. So, what do you?
What kind of hard time? I don't know.
Her background, basically, she's a really cute girl, and I think she actually could pass for Harley Quinn. The last thing I read, somebody actually did post some article, is because she is partially African American. It was like, but she looks great. She would be fine.
So I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem either. I've had discussions with people even going to the movies. They didn't like Fantastic Four because they changed that. Some other things. It's like, well, you're there for the movie and the character, even if they can make the character work or not. That's what I'm there for.
Yeah, that's what I'm there for too. I don't care what he is.
Now, when Homecoming comes out, because you know what, this is going to be another actor now playing Spider-Man as well. This is going to be like what, the third adaptation?
It's the same one with the Avengers Civil War. It's that same Spider-Man.
Yeah, it is, but it's going to be a whole, hopefully not a reboot. I hope it's just going to be, I assume, what do you call it, not starting from scratch how he got the cut.
Continue from the Civil War.
Okay, so that should be pretty interesting. A little bit more different twist. And a younger kid. The kid looks like he's 12 years old almost. That's the only thing.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Now, Peter Parker actually was only a high school kid anyway, I believe.
He was.
So that should be pretty cool. What do you think of the future, I guess, of comics and movies, I guess, because now DC is finally.
I think the sky's the limit. I mean, I heard they're going to revamp Ghost Rider.
Oh, yes, I heard that,
they're
too.
Going to revamp that, and I heard Marvel wants to do a comic with Ghost Rider and Blade.
Really? I didn't hear about that.
That's a great combination of those two.
That actually is, because I love Blade.
Yeah,
I love
like
Blade.
too, and Wesley Snipes is trying to bug them to do another one.
That's true. Now, the only thing is, I loved him, but I mean, how long ago did Wesley Snipes do that? Because he's got to be getting up there a little in age.
I'd say about, 11 years ago?
Okay, that's not too bad, then. I guess he could do another one, then. Well, I didn't know about that. You heard that, folks. Wesley Snipes wants to do another Blade. I actually like the first two. The second one was, incredible. Oh, wait, 2000. Well, I guess that is about
12 years ago.
12 years ago. Wow. He did an excellent. I actually tried it. I bought the series. I just never watched it. It was a different actor, and you can tell it is. But it was.
Actually, if you think about it, Blade was the first Marvel comic to movie ever.
I didn't know that. Actually, that's actually interesting.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, there was DC. You got Batman and Superman, but
True.
He was the first Marvel to have a
movie
coming out and start the whole thing.
I didn't know. Actually, that's news to me. I love the Blade movies. Honestly, I like the first two. The third one was good, but it was just too much over the top kind of thing. That's what I didn't like. Now, I actually on the DC thing. Because you did see the movie of Batman versus Superman. I'm a big Superman fan. I think the movie of Batman versus Superman kind of leaned me towards wanting Batman to be the one on top, so to speak, on winning. But do you think that, some people, maybe it was with you or somebody else, they don't think that was a fair fight, unrealistic, that Batman actually could beat Superman?
It was actually a little exaggerated.
Okay.
I mean, if he didn't know much about Superman, how did he know about the kryptonite?
That is true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
So, I mean, that's still fresh. Superman was still in the beginning stages.
Yeah.
But around that time cycle.
Yeah.
With, when he was fighting
Zod.
And destroying the Wayne building.
That's true. Well, I thought it was very clever how they put in the movie of the Man of Steel, and they actually incorporated it into this movie, the timeline was smoothly. The movie actually overlapped that movie, it looked like, in the beginning at least.
Yeah, I did. I think, and that's what they did too much of.
Oh.
And this girl who plays Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with her, because usually Wonder Woman's a little...
more robust.
It just... I just don't think she has the body for it.
I was kind of like that. Her accent I was a little bit turned off by, but then I kind of like...
That I didn't mind, but Wonder Woman's an Amazon woman. She had to be a little tall and curvy.
Curvy would be Linda Carter.
Well, yeah, but for today's standard, what's her name? Gina Carrero.
Oh.
The MMA fighter.
That would make more sense.
She would have been the perfect Wonder Woman.
Actually, yeah, that's... You actually are right, because I'm even thinking I never watched a show that was really popular like Xena and stuff. The woman who played it.
That would have been perfect. But,
yeah.
But that's...
a woman.
This one was too petite.
You're right about that. Actually, though, what do you think then about the new Wonder Woman movie coming out next year? Because that actually looked very good.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to remind me of older super, like Captain America, how he got started.
That was my favorite one, is the original Captain. I love Captain America. I'm not a big fan of the cartoon, comic book, but I love the movies, actually.
I think the Captain America was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, and you're right, because for some reason you incorporate World War II into a film, I think everybody's just...
Well, that's how he got started back then. I mean, he was a puny little kid in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Bucky was his best friend and pretty much a bodyguard, or how you say, and it was an interesting trilogy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, personally, that was true. I love that whole nostalgic of World War II. Everybody seems to like that in movies. And the fact that Wonder Woman, I think it's kind of cool seeing Wonder Woman kicking some butt with some Nazis, so to speak, on the war field. It kind of reminds me of that battle, I forget it, that Battle of the Bulge or whatever it is in World War II. She seems like to be going in the field with her shield and stuff. Yeah. I think it looks really awesome, but I don't know.
I think it's going to be pretty interesting, but again, the body type, you need something a little more forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why, again, Xena was very popular. The actress who is now on, Ash vs. Evil Dead, she's our age more, but,
really?
Yeah, she's close to 50. I'm pretty sure, but... you want somebody who kind of looks more muscular, kind of. Not muscular, but more curvy. Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. So, I mean, it seems like, and I will wrap this up because I'm not going to pest you forever, but
you have to pee soon.
Well, yeah, you're going to kick me to the curb. The man on the street's going to kick me to the curb, though. It does seem like I guess the future, and it's funny, like growing up, probably you experienced this too. I know my other friend Todd said when you were a kid, wearing superhero T-shirts or Converse and stuff, you got underoos and stuff. Well, you got picked on for being like nerdy or a dork or a dweeb. Now that's like
now it's acceptable.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool.
The reason why it's acceptable because you have shows like The Big Bang Theory.
That's true.
And they showed personalities of nerds having a sense of humor, and I think people started to grow on them.
So you think like maybe even like Big Bang Theory might have started this whole thing then?
Not the comic thing, but the acceptance of being a nerd.
Being a nerd.
Or a geek.
A geek. And actually, it's kind of, I think it's really cool. It's very impressive. You see more females that are into the whole geek is chic type thing now.
There's more superheroine type women, like or
Supergirl,
like or Harley Quinn.
Yes, that's true. That is actually
or Wonder Woman, right?
Or Wonder Woman,
something to look up to also.
You know what? Actually, that's a good point. Now you haven't been at one for a while, but the comic book conventions. But you're right. There is a lot of Harley Quinns there every single time.
Lots of Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman's. And I love those comic book conventions. The way I just go there just to look at people.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Actually, people love getting their pictures taken, too. Yeah. Most of them do. Yeah.
I mean, when I went to my first comic book convention, I had my picture taken to a stormtrooper, and that lit me out. And that was about 5 years ago.
Wow, that's not too bad then. I thought it was, that's not bad at all. I mean, I go every year, but still, that's 5 years not bad.
Yeah, I would like to go to more, but...
They're expensive, too.
They're expensive, and timing's not my favorite lately.
That's true. Now... You went to the one I think I did, Matt. You went to the one down in Philly, right?
Yes,
I believe.
Wizard. World of Wizards.
Yeah, the WizardCon. I mean, the only thing is that's gotten quite expensive over the years. Obviously,
well, they got to pay for the celebrities to sign those autographs. How do you think they do that?
That's true. They'll take money out of our pocket,
like commish with the autographs.
That's true, too.
But then again, they don't like coming to Philadelphia with that certain tax hike when they come here.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're actually right.
That's why we don't get as much celebrities as other areas get it. Now, if you go to Oaks,
Yeah.
you'll see more celebrities there than you will see at the convention center in Philadelphia.
I think I have seen that, too, because the last 2 times I did go to the one in Oaks. I'm going to probably wrap this up not too long, because, I'm not going to hold... But one thing I didn't mention, because I know everybody else is really big into this, I'm not, is The Walking Dead and the other one.
Games of Thrones?
No, not... Well, Games of Thrones as well. The one girl's really cute in there. She was on Doctor Who as a villain. There's the spin-off from The Walking Dead. I guess they're pretty much... I can't remember what it's called. But are you into those kind of shows or no?
I had to watch one episode to see if I will get into it. I have not seen one episode yet.
Really?
I'm just starting to get into Games of Thrones.
I heard it's really good.
It is good, and I got to do the binge watch thing on that. And
Oh.
so far what I like, I'm enjoying it.
Actually, now I'm going to go off on another thing, because you're the one who turned me on to 2 shows, Matt. One was actually The Big Bang Theory, and I marathoned that. And then it was the other show about the geeks.
Silicon Valley.
So I have to thank Matt Harfman for that, because you're the one who turned me on to that.
And it's the first season, so you're all caught up.
Yeah, actually, I watched what I could on the second season. Are you actually watching it?
That was the first. It was debut season, one season first.
Oh, I didn't.
So what you saw was the first season.
Because I thought there was a little bit more.
No.
Okay, because it is really good. It's almost kind of reflecting upon Steve Jobs and some other people. So.
Well, how they got started, but I mean, this is just an app that they're working on.
Yeah.
It's a simple phone app.
Yeah, which is kind of exploded now almost on the show.
And what's his name was in there? He's really the backbone of the show. The guy.
The beard or whatever,
the beard,
I think.
With he was in Deadpool as a bartender.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
He was great in it.
He was very funny, too. Yes, you're right. He is excellent. Yeah. God, I'm drawing a blanket.
So am I.
Yeah. No, well, actually, you're more... Speaking about geek stuff real quick, and I'm really bad at rounding things up.
Uh-huh.
You're, like, in some ways, you're more... when we come to the universe of even cell phones, you're not Apple, you're not brainwashed like I am, so to speak. You're more for Android and stuff like that.
Well, for Apple, I mean, I love my iPod. I use it as a Walkman.
That's one thing.
And now I've heard talk that they might discontinue the small iPod.
Oh.
And just stick with the iPads.
So do you like Apple products, or you're more for whatever else? You're not like... a person who follows what everybody else does.
If I was an artistic person, which I am not.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, I cannot draw a stick person right. But if I could, I would stick with Apple because their graphics are a lot better for that type of work.
Okay, so hey, that's good to hear, because you're a person who's more for everything. You're not like...
I got the images in my head, but I can't draw it.
Okay.
So...
No, that's actually very good to hear, because, I mean, you don't fit, like, you don't have to... follow everybody else's trend. You do,
I go where it benefits me.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the Apple iPod is perfect because I don't want to use my cell phone and download music, because then I'll be draining the power left and right on it.
That's true, but you, as far as even a phone, you got an Android, you don't stick with, everybody else has to jump on with the Apples. You've been pretty happy with that.
I've been happy with Samsung. Before Samsung, I was an LG guy.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean,
wow.
I still got it, but I mean, I know it doesn't work anymore. The first smartphone from LG.
Oh.
It was an LG One. I still have it.
Wow.
That's almost 10 years ago.
That's actually really impressive, because I've gotten better, but I used to go through phones like left and right, especially with the Apple ones. They change them every...
There's nothing wrong with this experimenting. I'm all for that.
Well, actually, it's just blowing money out the window, gazoo, for me.
I tried to buy like razor blades. I tried to buy all the disposables, see which one was great. None of them were great.
So
you have to get the Mach 3, which is top dollar.
Actually, that's what I get. I get the Mach 3 myself, I believe.
That's you're burning a hole in your wallet, but that's the best shape you can get.
Yeah, I agree with it, actually. That's what I actually use. Maybe I'll round up by asking you, because you know what? It's interesting, because you are into, like, a lot of interest in stuff, but you're not like a console man, like a lot of this generation of us guys and younger kids and stuff are all into these consoles. You're not into that, I don't think.
Now, describe consoles, please.
Consoles like PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
I bought the one, like Sony PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
I might have played it like 15 times.
Really? So that's...
and it's just, I mean, it's just a different generation. A lot more buttons, a lot more things to figure out.
Okay.
I couldn't get it, and but I mean, I did enjoy it for what I had.
Yeah.
And after that, I mean, the older you get, you notice that you don't have the time for that, like you did back in the '80s, when you just go to your local arcade playing Pac-Man, Centipede, and all the others.
That's true. Now we talk. I'm not gonna. God, I'll go off forever if I don't. But you actually bring up an interesting point because we grew up with those with arcades.
Yeah, we're Generation 1 when it came to that. With electronics. No, I take that back. There was Pong. Pong was the start. I mean, but we are the generations of Pong.
That's true. That's true. We actually, when we were little kids, it was Pong, but then we got into the arcades. That was the hangout. Was the arcades down the shore, the malls, things like that. King of Prussia.
And the arcades started with pinball, which I still love to this day.
Oh yeah.
But then it became arcades. Things changed. Back in the 20s, they were pinball machines.
That's true.
And skee-ball.
Skee-ball is still cool, though.
It's still cool.
Now, just for people who don't know, Matt's favorite game is Zaxxon.
Zaxxon, yes. It's probably one of my favorite games from the 80s. I thought they had the best graphics of all the games out there at that time.
Yes.
I mean, you could dive your airplane, you could see the shadow of the airplane by shooting the tanks and all that.
That was actually the first 3D game, like real 3D, actually, almost, compared to, like, now everybody else is, we're doing it more common now, but that was more, that was like, yeah, you're right. It had the depth, like, it looked like it looked right into the screen, so to speak.
Yes. For, like a 3-bit type game, it had probably the best detail of that time.
That's true. God, you're bringing back memories, Matt. That's horrible, but, fond memories.
Long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. We're not too far difference in age, and we remember the good, God, I sound like an old man. Well, I am an old man, but, thank you. Yeah.
And kids today, they don't have as good as we did. I mean, back when we were kids, we had Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't see that anymore.
School of Rock.
It's all gone.
Yeah,
all gone.
You're right.
But at least they have the Cartoon Network where they have a little sample of that.
You're right. I grew up with like the Wonder Twins and the Justice League. Yeah, God, I remember those shows. Those were great. It's going back to superheroes and DC, which is my universe, almost.
And I respect that. But
yeah. You're a little bit more eclectic, or whatever you would say. You like are in both universes, so to speak.
This is true.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong with that. But, alrighty, hey, mate, this is a good point, folks. This was an interview with Mr. Matt Harfman, great guy. You know a lot about very interesting things, topics, which you didn't think you would be, but you are. See, everybody's got their stories, folks. And Matt has some cool stuff to bring to my show. So,
glad to be here, Walter. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Matt, thank you for actually doing it. I'm hoping this sounds pretty good. I'm just going to let you guys know now, and Matt, because I'm doing it through a man on the street thing. Not my normal setup, which, when I can get that a little bit more mobile, I actually will. But, hey, this is good. This is very cool. And one last thing, because Matt hasn't seen it yet, but I'm interested when you do actually go see, or when you rent a movie of Suicide Squad, I definitely want to know your input on what you thought of Jared Leto. Jared Leto as the Joker, because I know you're more of the last one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Heath Ledger was always the best. And even Jack Nicholson, when he came out, I thought nobody could top that, but I still think Heath Ledger was the best Joker of all time.
He was interesting. He was the quiet Joker, though. That was the problem.
He was the truly demented one.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like me.
Yes.
Without killing anybody.
Right.
Well, actually, I mean...
Just annoying.
I kill people with my voice, and he just killed them, like, straight right out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And back to that guy that we were talking about from Deadpool, his name was T.J. Miller.
T.J. Miller. Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah, he is a very good actor. So, again, folks, before I would round up, T.J. Miller in Silicon Valley is an excellent show. I would recommend it because Matt recommended it to me, and he has steered me right on many shows. So I'm just letting you know now.
Oh, look, Walter, it's Seth MacFarlane.
Where?
I'm sorry, I just flew that. Never mind.
Oh. Well, you know who I'd really like to see?
Who's that?
I would love to see Margaret Robbie. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So would every other guy, trust me.
Who did you see that one movie with the food that talks?
The dog one, the wiener dog one,
Yes,
or whatever. The hot dogs,
Who's
sausage something.
Yeah, but who's the main character in that?
That I'm not sure about. Why?
I was gonna do something.
Oh,
I didn't.
That's cool.
It's 11:01, folks. You know what time? I need to go to bed.
It's howdy doody time. So.
Yeah, he has that lab.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So.
That would be like me. So sausage party, I think it was called.
Yeah.
So Matt, when you do see that, I definitely want to get back to you about that because I actually like Jared Leto. He did a different take on it, but everybody has their favorite Joker. Everybody has their favorite Doctor Who. So that's going to be that way, I guess. Mm-hmm. So. Anyway, folks, this is Walter from iWalter, once again with Matt Harfman, and I do appreciate the man on the street, Mr. Howard Stern fan, too, one of the last ones left.
1987.
Yes, he is, Matt, you're a relic, because not many people listen to Stern like you do still, which is cool.
I remember when he hit Philadelphia for the very first time, and I've been listening to him ever since.
There's nothing wrong with that. Man's still cool.
Oh, the guy is Seth Rogen.
There's my Jared Leto. I'm just kidding. I don't mean it that way. But, folks, this is Walter from iWalter. And, yes, I am signing off for now.